What's up, nail friends? In my last Instagram questionnaire, I asked what you guys wanted to see. Some people said luminary, gel, and then someone suggested the new luminary colors. And since I had a video already filmed, I thought I would upload this one as the next one. So in this video, I'm going to include all prep luminary application of this brand new color called Inspire. I'm going to include how to encapsulate loose glitter into luminary, and I'm also going to include finish filing. So if you are interested in all of that, just keep watching. Okay, so let's get started. So I am filing down my client's past set. She had on the Luminary Harmony with some glitter, and I'm just using my Luminary Nail Systems Black Carbide to do that. So I'm just mostly just filing it thin because we're going to be applying a new color. So I really don't want any of this old color left behind. So sometimes when I do Luminary, I really just file it just a little bit and more like fill in the back. But because I'm changing the color, I have to file this all the way down thin. So that's what I'm doing here. Lately, I've been liking to start my videos off by mentioning, if you're new here, my name is Sarah. I have been a professional nail tech for 12 years, and I own a distributor store called The Nail Throne, which I sell luminary nail systems in Canada and GLITTERBELS in Canada and USA. After filing thin, I'm just taking a hand file to refine the sidewalls and the free edge. I decided I'm going to keep in a lot of prep in this video because my last few videos didn't include any prep for you guys. So you can skip ahead. I'll leave a timestamp here if you're not interested in any of the prep, but I know there are some people who are, so I'm just going to keep most of this in. So before I prep her cuticle area, I am still filing down all her other nails. I was finding this nail a little difficult to file down, so I switched to a more intense carbide here just to get some of the bulk down. This nail and another nail are going to be clear, so I definitely have to get a lot of this color off. And I'm filing this thinner with this as well because I think it had been quite a while before I saw her. I think she had gone 4 or 5 weeks here, so her nails had grown out quite a bit. And these are her natural nails underneath her luminary. Okay, now let's get into some cuticle prep. So I'm using my Luminary Nail Systems Cuticle Pusher. I love this pusher because it has that kind of like rounded edge. You can really get under the cuticle skin there. So we sell these on the site. We're just out of stock right now, but we're ordered some in, should be in at the end of the week or next week. So anyways, I'm pushing the skin back with this, and this will just get all the skin that's kind of like sitting on the nail plate that needs to come up and off, because if you don't remove any of the skin here, it's going to cause lifting. So I'm just going to brush off this dust, and then I'm just going to use a cuticle tool now. So the one I'm going to start with, I actually got from Get Buff Nails. I really like this tool. So I'm just going to go down the one side to start, and that is just going to remove a little bit of the cuticle. I'm going to reverse my E-file and go down the other side too, but first I'm just going down the one side. Okay, I've put my E-file on reverse, and now I'm going down the right side. Moving forward, I'm brushing off all the dust, And now I'm using this bit here, and this bit just kind of pushes the skin out of the way and gets anything that's kind of like loose and sticking up off the nail plate and off the cuticle skin area. I don't want anything that's gonna catch on the gel and get in the way of my application, so you're really just gonna want to push that out of the way and get any of those extra pieces. And this one is super gentle. It feels really nice, actually. It feels like a little massage. I reversed my e-file to go down the right side, so you can also use this in forward or reverse, just kind of depending on what you're doing. Again, I'm just going to brush off the nails really, really well, and then I'm going to cleanse them with alcohol and a lint-free wipe. So that's what I'm doing right now. Giving them a good scrub cleanse, trying to get any dust or skin that could be left behind gone. We need all that skin, all that dust, we need it all gone. Okay, so I guess I already applied my primer, which I didn't film, but you're just gonna apply your commit primer on the nails. And now we're gonna go in and do application. So the first two nails are the ring finger and the middle finger that I'm gonna work on. I'm just gonna leave the other fingers plain for now. So the first thing I'm gonna do is apply a super thin coat of a colored gel polish. So I'm gonna be using the Luminary Nail Systems Faith, I think I used here, or Hope. It doesn't really matter. This is basically just a super thin layer just for a little bit of color underneath your glitter. Okay, so I'm gonna have her cure that super thin base layer. And now she's back. Okay, so I'm gonna push the skin back again. I do that when I do Luminary, just so that I can make sure I get a really close application every time. So I push the skin back, and now we're gonna go in with a very, very thin coat of clarity. And we're not gonna cure this. You're gonna use this thin coat to push your glitter into. So I'm just going to be using these little dots I got here from Magpie Beauty USA. I'll make sure to link them in my description box, which I have an affiliate code for. So just so you guys know, if you use my affiliate link, I make commission on that. So anyways, I'm taking these little circles and I'm just placing them where I want with a gel brush. So you can move these around after you've placed them because you haven't cured that wet gel. So I'm just placing them down in kind of like a random pattern. I don't want them to overlap each other. I want space in between them. So that's kind of what I'm doing. And there's a few different sizes. You can kind of pick up the smaller sizes and put them around the bigger ones. And these are kind of like a chameleon glitter. So they are kind of blue. And then when you move the finger, they go kind of purple. So they're kind of fun because of the chameleon shift. And they look really pretty with the purple that I chose. When I'm happy with the dot placement, that's when you're going to give it a full cure. So now I popped that in the lamp, I gave that a cure, and now I'm working on the middle finger. So I'm doing literally the same thing on this finger, so I will leave this in just for fun, but I'm not going to voice over it just because this is exactly the same. So basically your clear layer, don't cure it, and stick your glitter into it and then cure it. So I'm going to give that a cure too, and now we can encapsulate the glitter. So I'm going to push the skin back again like I always do, carefully and gently, of course. I'm kind of pulling the skin back on the sides of her fingers and applying a thin coat of clarity over top of all that glitter. Now I'm going to scoop into my little 5-gram jar. So if you guys are new to Luminary, Luminary is a system. It's a builder in a bottle, but it also has a little jar with the exact same product for easier application. So I'm picking up a big bead of that clarity. It's just the clear gel. And I'm applied it near the cuticle area. The finger is bent slightly downward, and then I'm just going back and forth, pulling and dragging that clarity over top of all that glitter. And then at the very tip, I'm kind of playing with the product to try to get it really even. You can also flip your client's hand upside down to help the product level, and you can use a gel brush to move the product around. It's really easy and really fun to do. So I'm just using the corner of my brush here to get the corners of her nail. And you can finish file if you do make any mistakes or if there's any dents or bumps or anything. So I had her flip her hand upside down, like I said, and then that's how it looks. And she's gonna pop that in the lamp. Okay, so now I can work on the purple nail. So I'm pushing back the skin like I do on everything. And I tested this out already with a different color where I thought maybe you should apply a clear base down first and then go into the color. I found that that didn't work out as well because I made it a little too thick, and then I found it a little hard to work with. So you can just go right in with the color. It's not really going to matter if they come back and need to change it because you can always just file it down thin. So that's what I'm doing here. I just first apply a thin base layer of Inspire, which is the purple. And I'm applying it on the pinky, the pointer, and the thumb, and this you will cure. So now I'm going to build the nail up like I did the other nails. I've already pushed the skin back again. Now I'm pulling the sides of her skin just to make it easier to get a closer application, and I'm applying another thin layer. So this is just a slip layer. So this layer, you go down, it goes down to help your bigger bead go where it needs to go. So after I got that fully covered, I'm dipping into my 5-gram jar and I'm picking up a dollop of Inspire on my little brush here. And you can see it's not super big, it's just like a little bead, placing it near the cuticle area, and then I'm just going from left to right, dragging and pulling the product down the nail. You can kind of go in circular motions if you need to move it, and then just back and forth until you get full coverage, and then you can flip the hand upside down to create an apex and to help level the product if you want, or like I'm doing here, just use your brush to help level the product. And get rid of that little bubble there before curing it, which I didn't get. That's fine. I flipped her hand upside down, I cured that, and now I'm going in and applying on the pointer finger. So again, push the skin back and then a thin coat before your builder layer. So I'm going to have her fully cure that. I did her thumb. Thumbs are hard to film, so I didn't show you guys. And now she is out of the light, and I am cleansing the nails before I finish file. So cleanse all of the nails. Here's what the thumb looked like. And now I'm going to file these. So when you're doing luminaries, sometimes you don't need to file, especially if your client has shorter nails, but my client here has kind of like a longer nail, and I don't know, I'm just not as confident with my application, so I just like to file it just to make sure it's super even and smooth. But you don't have to. So I'm just filing the sidewalls to start and the free edge, and then I'll go over the whole nail and just give it a little file. So luminary is super soft too, so you definitely don't need to use an e-file to file it, because you just really only need a small amount of finish filing to do. So I always use a hand file for my finish filing with luminary. After shaping the sidewalls and the free edge, now I'm going to go over the whole nail carefully. So I'm just going to take her pinky and I'm going to start around the cuticle area. I always go around the cuticle area when I'm filing luminary. Get that even, and then I'm going to go over the whole nail and just even it out basically. I'm not really doing too much filing, just evening it out, keeping where my small tiny little apex would be, and just making sure that the whole nail is really even and smooth. This video is already long, so I'm not going to show you everything, but I am going to show you this one part where I did want to file underneath her natural nail a little bit here. So I'm just using a pointy kind of cone carbide here, and I'm just filing underneath there to get rid of any product that kind of seeped under and made that nail thicker, because we want this to be as quite thin. You don't want the free edge to be very thick. So these are her natural nails with an overlay, so you don't want them to be too thick or anything. So I will show you guys my filing of the thumb. So again, filing the sides, going around the cuticle area, just really trying to thin out the sidewalls and the cuticle area and the free edge while keeping the bulk of the product in the center. But you don't want to file too much so you have any dips at the tip or anything, because then it'll kind of look like a strange shape. So just make sure that you're very gentle and soft, and just have a really light hand while finish filing. You just really want to even the nail out. Don't take too much product off. Okay, so here's how they look. I like to check if they're even. And then I'm gonna clean off all this dust, and then now we can top coat the nail. So before top coating, again, I push the skin back. It just helps with application, just making sure you get super even, super close application. Make sure there's no skin in the way for your gel. So that's what I'm doing here. And then I'm gonna be using my Luminary Nail Systems Empower Top Coat, which is a shiny top coat. We are out of stock at the very moment, but we will get more in soon. So keep checking the site back for that. top coat on the thumb was blurry, so I cut that out. So here's how they look. I'm just checking the ends here to make sure there's enough product, and then I'll fully cure that and add some cuticle oil. And here is my finished design. So I hope you guys liked this video. There's a few other new colors out from Luminary. There is Dream, which is a blue, and Rise, which is a yellow. If you guys enjoyed this video and you learned something, please leave me a comment down below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and click the bell next to it to be notified when I post. And if you guys are wanting to stay, there are some videos on the screen for you here. And if not, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!